Mastering assertive communication. Be bold, not hurtful. In a world where communication can easily turn aggressive or passive, mastering assertive communication is an essential skill. It takes courage to be real, to say what we think and feel, especially when we're worried about the other person's reaction. But here's the thing, we are worthy of being heard. Assertiveness empowers you to express your thoughts, needs, and feelings clearly and confidently, without disrespecting others. It's about showing up authentically in your interactions, setting boundaries, and honoring both your own needs and the needs of others. It doesn't mean winning or getting your way all the time. It's about engaging in open and honest dialogue. It is the golden middle path between aggression and passivity. It's not about attacking or shutting down, it's about finding that sweet spot where vulnerability and strength meet. That's where the magic happens, in those courageous conversations where we can truly connect. So what exactly is assertive communication? It's a way of showing up in the world with your whole heart, speaking your truth with clarity and respect. It's about recognizing that you have a voice that deserves to be heard, that your needs and feelings matter. Assertive communication is a style in which individuals express their opinions, feelings, and needs in an open, honest, and respectful way. It doesn't require you to be loud or demanding. Sometimes it's about a quiet, steady presence that commands respect. It's about honoring yourself and the other person in the conversation. It involves standing up for yourself while also respecting the rights and perspectives of others. It's about saying, I matter, and so do you. It's about recognizing that we are all in this together, navigating the complexities of human connection. Why is assertive communication so important? Because it's the foundation for healthy relationships, for setting boundaries, and for living a more authentic and fulfilling life. When we can communicate assertively, we build trust, deepen our connections, and create a space for real intimacy. Firstly, it builds self-confidence. When you express your needs and boundaries clearly, it reinforces your sense of self-worth. You're essentially saying, my feelings and needs are important, and I deserve to be heard. This can be a game changer, especially if you've spent a lot of time dimming your light or shrinking yourself to please others. Secondly, assertive communication enhances relationships. Respectful honesty fosters mutual trust and understanding, strengthening both personal and professional relationships. When we can be real with each other, when we can have those hard conversations without resorting to blame or defensiveness, that's where the real growth happens. To understand assertive communication better, let's compare it to its less effective counterparts: passive and aggressive communication. Imagine these communication styles as different ways of showing up in a conversation, each with its own set of consequences. Passive communication is like fading into the background. It avoids expressing opinions or needs and often puts others first, even at the expense of one's own well-being. It sounds like, it's okay, I don't mind at all, when deep down you do mind. It's about prioritizing harmony over honesty, even if it means silencing your own voice. On the other hand, aggressive communication is like a bull in a china shop. It expresses needs in a forceful or disrespectful way, often disregarding the feelings of others. It might sound like, you never listen to me, I'm sick of this. It's about winning at all costs, even if it means leaving a trail of hurt feelings in its wake. Now, let's unpack the hallmarks of assertive communication, those powerful tools that can transform the way we interact with the world. It's about finding your voice, setting healthy boundaries, and showing up authentically in all your relationships. One of the cornerstones of assertive communication is the use of I statements. It's about owning your feelings and experiences without blaming or accusing others. Instead of saying, you're always late, try, I feel disrespected when you're late for our appointments. See the difference? It's about taking responsibility for your emotions while inviting the other person to understand your perspective. Another key ingredient is a steady tone of voice. Think calm, firm, and respectful. The kind of voice that commands attention without being overbearing. It's about finding that sweet spot between being too passive and too aggressive, conveying your message with clarity and confidence. Chapter 5. Let's bring assertive communication to life with a few real-world examples. Imagine these scenarios as opportunities to practice your newfound skills, to speak your truth with grace and confidence. Imagine someone presenting an idea you disagree with. Instead of silently stewing or launching into a heated debate, try an assertive response like, I understand your point, but I see it differently. This acknowledges their perspective while creating space for your own. Or, let's say you're feeling overwhelmed with requests at work. Instead of passively agreeing to everything, try, "I can't take on that task right now. I'm already at full capacity." This sets a clear boundary while demonstrating self-respect. Chapter 6. The good news is that assertiveness, like any skill, can be learned and honed with practice. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone, finding your voice, and showing up authentically in your interactions. It starts with knowing your rights and boundaries. Recognize that you have the right to express your thoughts, say no, and ask for what you need without guilt. You deserve to be treated with respect, and you have the right to set boundaries to protect your well-being. Next, practice self-awareness. Understand your triggers, emotions, and communication habits. Reflection helps you respond instead of reacting. Pay attention to the situations that make you feel uncomfortable or unheard. What are your go-to responses? Do you tend to shut down, people please, or get defensive? Chapter 7. As we embark on this journey of assertive communication, it's important to acknowledge the challenges that might arise. Because let's face it, being assertive isn't always easy, especially in a world that often rewards silence or aggression. One of the biggest hurdles is the fear of conflict. Many avoid assertiveness to prevent disagreements, but silence often leads to bigger problems. We worry about rocking the boat, disappointing others, or being perceived as difficult. But here's the thing. Conflict is a natural part of any relationship, and when approached with respect and empathy, it can actually lead to deeper understanding and connection. Another challenge is cultural conditioning. Some cultures or families may view assertiveness as disrespect, especially for women or those from marginalized communities. We might have been taught to be agreeable, to put others' needs before our own, or to avoid speaking up. Unlearning these ingrained beliefs can be tough, but it's essential to break free from these limiting narratives. Outro assertive communication is the bridge between honesty and respect. It's about showing up authentically, honoring your own needs, and inviting others to do the same. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present, engaged, and willing to have those courageous conversations that matter. It allows you to speak your truth without stepping on others. It's about finding that sweet spot where vulnerability and strength meet, where we can be both honest and kind, direct and compassionate. It's about recognizing that our voices have power, and that by using them with intention, we can create more meaningful connections and a more just and equitable world. It helps you become more self-assured, reduces internal conflict, and builds better relationships. It's a journey of self-discovery, of learning to set boundaries, and of embracing our worthiness of being heard. Be bold, but be kind. That's the heart of assertive communication.